welcome to Spirit Force Cubs. Today we are going to hike a 14er. Let's go. So I'm hiking Mount Bierstadt right now, and I'm feeling good. We're at 13,300 right now. Whew. Let's get to the top. So we are at a 14,000 foot mountain, and we are about 700 feet from the top, Mount Bierstadt. The name's Mount Bierstadt. Hey, we're at the top of Mount Bierstadt, and Mount Bierstadt is 14,064 feet. 65 feet, sorry. And right behind us is Mount Evans, and you can actually see the road that winds up to Mount Evans, and also down there is the parking lot where we came from.
And also Mount Torrey's Peak and Gray's Peak, two other 14ers.
Hi. The first question is, why do I want to hike a 14er? Well, it's mostly because of bragging rights, And I noticed that a lot of people have hiked a 14er, and I think it's about time for me to just try it out and see how it goes. So second question is, how do you prepare for a 14er? Well, just getting this out of the way, a 14er is a mountain that is 14,000 feet high. So that is really up high. So first you have to get used to the altitude. If you have altitude sickness, that is really bad and you'll have a very hard time. But also, for me, I hike a lot with my mom, so I think I am used to high altitudes and I'm used to hiking. So I think, like, if you didn't hike a lot, I think you should first warm up, do a lot of trails, then decide to go for a 14er. Okay, so the third question is, when should I start a 14er? Like, what time of day? And so I woke up at 3 a.m. and then we drove all the way to the base of the mountain, and it was at 5 a.m. and then we started to hike at 5:30. So it's pretty early, and here's a photo of me sleeping in the car on the way up. So you have to get up there very early. So the reason why you have to get up so early in the morning is because of the storms. So if you're above timberline, and timberline is where there's like no trees at all, it gets really dangerous because in the afternoon the clouds start to pile up out of nowhere and just like hit you, and it can be really dangerous. So that's always why you have to wake up really early in the morning when there's no clouds so you can get ready to hike. Started around at 12,000 feet and I was feeling really good. And then the incline happened and I was really short out of breath. But for me, the hardest part of the mountain was the incline. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about when I reach the top, when I reach my final destination, my goal. So it's really different up there. It's like walking on the moon. Yeah, but I don't know what that feels like. But there's just a bunch of boulders, and at the last climb there's just a bunch of boulders and you're on all fours, and it gets really dangerous because if you trip you could get stuck somewhere. So don't rush when you're at the top because it's really dangerous, and there's no life at all up there. The only life I maybe saw was a marmot, and those are like those little big prairie dogs, kind of. But there's basically no life up there. So now I'm going to actually talk about being at the top of the mountain. It just takes your breath away because you can see all the mountains around you and you feel like you're on the top of the world. Well, if you know my mom, my mom's channel, she doesn't like 14ers because it gets so crowded at the top, and there's 25 people at the top, but still it takes your breath away, and then you're like, yes, I did this, I accomplished my goal. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about my descent. So I noticed that a lot of people were having a hard time at the descent, but for me I didn't. But it's because my knees are better than other people's. But walking sticks are really good for descent because it helps your knees. Thank you for watching Spirit Force Cubs video. I'm glad to bring you on my journey, and see you in the next video. Bye!